Welcome to Module 1, Chapter 1 on Sustainability and Circular Economy. In this chapter, we embark on a journey to understand how our actions today shape the world of tomorrow. Sustainability is the practice of meeting our current needs while ensuring that resources and ecosystem health are preserved for future generations. This concept is not just about environmental protection, it's about balancing economic growth, social equity, and environmental stewardship. By the end of this chapter, you will have a clear understanding of the core definitions, the moral and strategic drivers behind these concepts, and actionable frameworks that can help implement circular principles in any organization. In this chapter, we'll introduce the main ideas of sustainability and the circular economy. We'll define key concepts, discuss why sustainability matters, and show how businesses are integrating these principles. We'll cover important frameworks like the Triple Bottom Line, ESG criteria, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Finally, we'll explain how these ideas connect and why they're important for organizations and individuals. This slide gives an overview of sustainability and the circular economy. Sustainability means meeting present needs without compromising future generations, focusing on environmental stewardship, social equity, and economic viability. The circular economy builds on these principles by designing systems that keep products and materials at their highest value for as long as possible, then recover and regenerate them at end of life. By integrating frameworks like the Triple Bottom Line, ESG criteria, and SDGs, organizations can address resource depletion and environmental degradation while staying economically viable. This comprehensive approach is essential for resilient and responsible business practices today. Sustainability is our responsibility to future generations. We must avoid passing on debt, resource shortages, and environmental harm. Ethical leadership means recognizing the rights of future generations and the value of non-human life. Organizations and individuals should reduce harm and contribute to community and ecosystem health, balancing profit with ecological justice and human dignity. Sustainability must be understood in a rapidly changing global landscape. Resource depletion, social inequities, and cultural shifts are driving businesses and societies to rethink their practices. The widely accepted Brundtland definition states that sustainability means meeting present needs without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. Rapid urbanization, climate change, biodiversity loss, and widening inequality have prompted international policy responses, especially the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Practical examples include carbon pricing schemes, zero-waste cities, and corporate net zero commitments. Understanding this landscape helps organizations align strategies with global targets and stakeholder expectations. Sustainability requires systems thinking. Natural and human systems are interlinked so that changes in one component reverberate across food webs, water cycles, and economies. For instance, overfishing alters marine biodiversity and impacts the livelihoods and food security of coastal communities. Deforestation increases flood risk downstream and erodes cultural heritage. This slide highlights the concept of planetary boundaries, which are thresholds for a safe operating space, and underscores that business decisions must account for these complex dependencies rather than optimizing single metrics in isolation. Business leaders must consider the long-term consequences of current practices, and organizations must broaden their scope of responsibility to include social, environmental, and cultural dimensions of performance. Adaptivity and resilience are essential principles in sustainability. Adaptivity refers to the capacity to adjust structures and processes in response to evolving challenges such as shifting consumer demands or extreme weather events. Resilience describes the ability to absorb shocks without collapsing. Examples include diversified supply networks that reroute shipments when infrastructure fails and green infrastructure projects like wetland restoration that buffer storm surges. Together, these principles guide strategic planning and investment in flexibility, redundancy, and continual learning. Sustainability is a systemic effort that involves stakeholders, industries, and natural environments, and it requires a holistic approach that considers economic, social, environmental, and cultural dimensions. Integrating sustainability into business operations provides a competitive edge and helps meet regulatory requirements. Eco-efficient processes can reduce costs and build brand trust. Companies that adopt sustainable practices attract loyal customers and top talent, and often realize cost savings and increased brand value. Sustainability is now a critical aspect of the corporate landscape, interpreted as eco-efficiency, eco-effectiveness, and corporate social responsibility. The main goal is to foster a responsible, ethical, and sustainable business ecosystem that supports global sustainable development goals. Today's stakeholders, customers, investors, regulators, and employees, demand transparency on non-financial performance. Integrated reporting frameworks let organizations disclose environmental, social, and governance metrics alongside financial results. Best practices include reliable data collection, third-party assurance, and connecting metrics to strategic objectives. Embedding sustainability into board oversight and executive compensation aligns incentives and ensures accountability. The circular economy keeps products and materials in use as long as possible, minimizing waste and maximizing resource efficiency. This approach addresses environmental and social concerns and can give businesses a competitive edge. Examples include Patagonia's repair program, Dell's closed-loop recycling, IKEA's buyback, and Interface's carpet recycling. Circular strategies reduce raw material use, lower emissions, and create new revenue streams. Let's look at future directions for the circular economy. Product design for longevity is key, creating products that last longer and reducing frequent replacements. Repair and reuse programs are growing, encouraging the repair and reuse of items to extend their life cycle. Innovative recycling technologies are improving material recovery and recycling efficiency. Business strategies increasingly implement circular economy principles, supporting environmental conservation and long-term resilience. Digital technologies will accelerate circular innovations. The Internet of Things enables real-time asset tracking, blockchain ensures trust in material flows, and AI optimizes reverse logistics. Platform business models and new policy instruments, like extended producer responsibility, will further drive circular practices. Let's introduce the frameworks that support sustainability in the circular economy. The triple bottom line, TBL, focuses on social, environmental, and financial performance, encouraging businesses to consider impacts beyond profit. ESG criteria are used to evaluate corporate behavior and help investors identify sustainable practices. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, provide a global framework for addressing sustainability challenges. To implement sustainability and circularity, organizations rely on these frameworks. TBL measures performance across 3 dimensions, ESG offers standardized metrics, and SDGs provide a broad perspective that goes beyond individual organizations. The triple bottom line is a comprehensive approach to sustainability. It integrates economic, environmental, and social dimensions, promoting sustainable development across sectors. As a practical tool for organizations, TBL guides balanced sustainability outcomes and helps assess and report performance beyond financial metrics. Its importance in sustainable development lies in addressing the needs of various stakeholders and contributing to long-term sustainability. A holistic approach to business impact considers the effect on people, planet, and profit, creating value beyond financial gains. Tools such as social return on investment and life cycle assessment quantify these dimensions, enabling balanced decision-making that advances sustainability goals. The triple bottom line and circular economy both aim to balance economic, social, and environmental objectives for sustainable development. Frameworks like the Eco-Quintuple Helix model and SWIT help optimize sustainability decisions and create circular value. Industry 4.0 technologies support sustainable supply chains. Circular models generate local jobs, reduce waste, and create new revenue streams through services like leasing and material recovery. Integrating the triple bottom line, TBL, and circular economy offers major opportunities for sustainable development, but also presents challenges. Balancing economic, social, and environmental elements requires careful management. While TBL's scope is ambitious, it remains a valuable framework for circular practices. Challenges include data silos, high initial costs for circular infrastructure, and regulatory uncertainty. Solutions involve forming cross-functional teams, using blended finance to share risk, and engaging with policymakers for clear regulations. More research and practical applications are needed to fully realize the benefits of integrating TBL and the circular economy. ESG criteria, environmental, social, and governance, offer a comprehensive framework for sustainability. The environmental pillar covers resource use, emissions, waste, and biodiversity. The social pillar addresses workforce diversity, health and safety, community relations, and human rights. Governance examines board composition, ethics, compensation, and transparency. ESG criteria translate broad sustainability goals into measurable metrics for investors. Mastering ESG helps organizations align with capital markets and attract sustainability-focused funding. Environmental factors in ESG are driven by regulations and industry standards that encourage organizations to adopt green strategies and manufacturing. Sustainable waste management is prioritized, especially in circular economy roadmaps. In agriculture, goals include reducing emissions and improving resource efficiency. Key metrics include greenhouse gas emissions, energy use, water withdrawal, and recycling rates. Investing in renewables and efficiency projects demonstrates environmental stewardship. Social factors are critical for circular economy adoption. Public awareness and education are essential, as lack of knowledge can hinder sustainable waste management. Digital tools and gamification can boost engagement. Social influence and community pressure help overcome barriers. Organizational factors like long-term planning and leadership support social sustainability. Metrics include employee welfare, diversity, training, and community engagement. Governance focuses on structures and policies guiding ethical conduct. Stakeholder engagement and sustainability reporting influence circular economy strategies. Government policies, especially in developing economies, are vital for success and drive demand for circular products. Regional strategies support bioeconomy models and manage conflicting goals. Key aspects include board diversity, anti-corruption, linking compensation to sustainability, and transparent shareholder rights. ESG factors encourage the adoption of circular economy strategies, but balancing conflicting sustainability goals is still a challenge. Successful circular economy strategies require comprehensive stakeholder engagement. Financial considerations often take precedence, so it is important to develop integrated approaches that address both financial and non-financial aspects. Collaboration among policymakers, businesses, and communities is necessary to create an environment that supports circular economy initiatives. Aligning ESG reporting with circular economy metrics can be difficult due to misaligned metrics and siloed teams, and there is a risk of greenwashing when disclosures are not rigorous. Solutions include unified data platforms, cross-stakeholder working groups, and third-party assurance to validate claims and improve credibility. United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, adopted in 2015, consist of 17 objectives addressing global challenges like poverty, environmental protection, and prosperity. The SDGs provide a comprehensive framework for sustainable development and are closely linked to the circular economy. Aligning business operations with the SDGs encourages sustainable practices, innovation, and inclusive growth. The SDGs complement frameworks like the triple bottom line and the ESG criteria, offering a broad perspective on sustainability. They have practical applications across industries, helping organizations drive systemic change and contribute to a more sustainable future. Circular economy strategies are crucial for achieving the Sustainable Development Goals, especially 12 Sudanese pounds, which focuses on sustainable consumption and production. Circular principles like eco-design, resource-efficient business models, and product take-back schemes help extend resource life cycles, minimize waste, and reduce environmental impact. By keeping materials in use longer and minimizing waste, organizations can significantly lower their environmental footprint. Circular practices positively impact multiple sectors, helping to lower carbon emissions, conserve resources, and promote sustainable development. Progress is measured through indicators like material footprint per GDP and waste generation intensity. The construction industry generates significant waste and emissions. Circular practices, like modular design and recycling, support multiple sustainable development goals, promote innovation, and reduce environmental impact. Integrating renewables in construction helps lower emissions and supports clean energy and climate action. Examples include modular construction and using recycled materials, which reduce waste and create economic value. Circular economy business models support both environmental and social sustainability, contributing to SDGs like education, gender equality, and sustainable urban development. By promoting inclusive industrialization and innovation, circular practices help achieve SDG 9. Industrial symbiosis, where one industry's waste becomes another's resource, improves resource efficiency and supply chains. Integrating renewables into circular supply chains ensures critical materials are recovered at end of life, while energy as a service models extend equipment life and reduce environmental impact and costs. Urban mining encourages recycling and reuse of materials, aligning with SDGs for sustainable cities and communities. It targets sustainable consumption and production, especially in urban areas where resource recovery has significant impact. In developing regions, urban mining is crucial for achieving SDGs, and national policies must be reassessed to foster collaboration and effective implementation. The example of Bangladesh shows how adopting urban mining can support sustainable development and resource efficiency in cities. Circular economy addresses the climate, water, energy, food nexus, impacting multiple SDGs at once. Circular interventions promote sustainable economic growth by optimizing resource use across interconnected systems, while minimizing environmental impact and supporting inclusive development. Solutions like wastewater reuse, bioenergy from agricultural residues, and solar-powered desalination enhance resource efficiency and resilience across sectors, paving the way for a more sustainable future. Introduction to circular economy. The circular economy addresses climate change, resource depletion, and overconsumption by promoting a cyclical approach to resource use. Contrast with linear economy. The traditional linear model follows a take, make, dispose pattern, while the circular economy emphasizes reduction of resource use, reuse of materials, and recycling throughout production, distribution, and consumption. Key principles of circular economy. Circular economy principles focus on minimizing waste, maximizing resource efficiency, and extending the life cycle of products and materials. Importance of paradigm shift. The shift from a linear to a circular economy is essential for addressing environmental degradation and social inequality caused by resource extraction. This paradigm shift sets the stage for deeper research insights and future directions in circular economy theory and practice. Industrial circularity concept. The concept of industrial circularity has been discussed for decades, but it has gained significant traction in the 21st century. Increasing importance of circular economy. Since 2016, there has been substantial growth in circular economy literature, reflecting its recognition in academic and policy circles. Need for critical examination. Despite its popularity, the circular economy concept still requires thorough scientific inspection to understand its limitations and potential. Emphasis on systems change. There is a growing consensus on the need for a holistic approach that integrates sustainability values and reciprocity with the natural environment into economic culture. This expanded view goes beyond technological solutions and short-term economic growth, emphasizing long-term societal and individual well-being. Need for a holistic approach in circular economy. A holistic approach integrates sustainability values and emphasizes reciprocity with the natural environment. Expanded view of circular economy. The circular economy is more than just technological solutions. It focuses on long-term societal and individual well-being and recognizes the need for systems change. Integration across scales. A holistic approach involves interventions at multiple scales, including product design, urban planning, and national policy. It engages diverse actors such as businesses, communities, and governments. Tools for collaboration. Analytical tools like systems mapping and material flow analysis, combined with collaborative platforms, enable stakeholders to co-create circular ecosystems and align incentives across entire value chains. Holistic sustainability perspective. The future of the circular economy lies in integrating environmental, social, and economic dimensions to balance sustainability aspects for long-term societal and planetary benefit. Evolution of sustainable circular economy concept. Unified and differentiated propositions are emerging, and ongoing discourse continues to shape our understanding of sustainable circular economy. Future leaders and critical thinking. Fostering critical thinking in future leaders is essential for developing business landscapes that balance sustainability dimensions. Challenges and dimensions. The next chapter will provide a detailed examination of the challenges and dimensions of implementing a sustainable circular economy, exploring both theoretical and practical perspectives. Concept of sustainability and circular economy. Sustainability and the circular economy are essential for addressing global challenges and promoting responsible business practices. Frameworks for sustainability. Key frameworks include the Triple Bottom Line, ESG criteria, and the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Transition from linear to circular economic models. Moving from linear to circular models prioritizes resource efficiency, waste reduction, and long-term resilience. Interconnectedness of factors. Achieving sustainable success requires embedding circular principles into organizational strategy, fostering cross-sector collaboration, and measuring performance holistically. This chapter has defined key concepts, explored moral and strategic rationales, and reviewed practical examples and challenges. The concluding insight is that sustainable success depends on a comprehensive, integrated approach to circular economy and sustainability. Balancing the triple bottom line is key for sustainable organizations. Economic factors focus on profitability and long-term viability. Environmental factors require eco-friendly practices and waste reduction. Social factors involve fair labor and community engagement. A holistic approach integrates these objectives, balancing short-term gains with long-term impacts for all stakeholders. Consumers play a vital role in advancing circular economy practices. Promoting sustainable practices starts with adopting eco-friendly habits in daily life and supporting businesses that prioritize sustainability. By making conscious choices, consumers can drive demand for products and services that align with circular economy principles. Reducing waste is another key area where consumers can make a difference. Recycling and reusing products, as well as minimizing single-use items, help extend the life cycle of materials and reduce the overall environmental impact. Educating and advocating for sustainability is crucial. By raising awareness and encouraging others to adopt sustainable practices, consumers can foster a culture of responsibility and stewardship. Making informed choices involves selecting products with minimal environmental impact and supporting circular economy initiatives. Empowered consumers act as catalysts for systemic change, helping to create a more sustainable future for everyone. Applying circular economy principles in daily life brings benefits like reduced waste and more sustainable choices. Extending product life cycles through repair and recycling is key. Challenges include limited repair options and lack of information. Overcoming these requires more awareness and better infrastructure. Choosing durable, repairable products and supporting local repair initiatives helps foster a culture of reuse and sustainability. Thank you for your attention throughout Chapter 1 on sustainability and the circular economy. This chapter has provided a comprehensive introduction to the key concepts, frameworks, and practical applications that underpin sustainable business practices. We look forward to welcoming you to the next chapter.